welcome back to my channel. Now I'm gonna read a book about fairy. I have got only one book, so let's get started. So here's my book. You can see it's written Abigail the Breeze Fairy. She's a very cute fairy. I like it. So now I'm gonna read the whole story. Okay. So here's the first page. So let's get begin to read. I am so glad I could come and stay with you, Rachel Walker said happily as she sat with her friend Christine in the garden. The sun shone brightly on the neat green lawn and pretty flowering bushes. Me too, agreed Christy, stayed smiling, and it's very exciting to see the fairies again. Can you understand this picture that what they are doing? Christy and Rachel had met while on the holiday and their parents, and they didn't have a fairy adventure. They had found all the rainbow fairies and helped them bring the color back to the fairyland after Jack Frost had cast a nasty spell to banish them. Now Jack Frost was causing more trouble in fairyland. He had ordered his goblin servants to steal the seven magic feathers from Doodle because it was a fairy feather, no? That's why. From the fairy cockerel Doodle was in charge of the weather in fairyland, but without his magic tail feathers, he was powerless. Where fairyland's weather would be topsy-turvy until Rachel and Christy could help the weather and fairies recover all of Doodle's fairy stolen feathers. Okay, so now I'm gonna read this page. I think page number 11. I hope we find another magic feather today, said Rachel. She and Christy had already helped Crystal the snow fairy return the snow feather to Doodle. The goblins were hiding around the Christy hometown of Weatherbury, and they had been up to mischief using the magic feathers to conjure up some very unusual and troublesome weather in the country village. Christy looked and Christy looked so happy. We need to find the six other feathers, she said. Or poor Toodle will be stuck on the top of our barn forever. She glanced up at the roof of the old wooden barn where Doodle was perched. Now page number 12. And then it will be second last and then we'll last, okay? Here in the human world without his magic, the magnificent fairy cockerel was just a rusty metal weather vane. Just then a bush near the garden gate began to rustle. Christy and Rachel could see its pink flowers jiggling. Christy caught her breath. Do you think there's a goblin in that bush? She whispered. Yes, I can see it moving, gasped Rachel. She felt nervous at the thought of facing another goblin. There were of facing another goblin. There were such scary since Jack Frost had cast a spell to make them bigger. Come on, Christy, setting off across the lawn. He might have one of Doodle feathers. Now the next page is 13. You can see it. Rachel followed her, an angry yawl. Come from the middle of the bush. Rachel and Christy looked at each other in alarm. Suddenly, two cats shouted out and chased each other into the barn. Oh! Christy exclaimed, and she and Rachel laughed with relief. So here's the picture which I showed you. Okay, now page number. No, there's nothing in that. So I will read this whole page and then it will be finished. Christy mum appeared at the front door. There you are, Christy. She smiled. Would you and Rachel like to go for the village fete and give your grand some support in the cake competition? She is hoping to win this year. Christy and Rachel looked at each other. We did like to. Christy replied, Gran makes the best cake, she added. Now this page. Page number 15. Mrs. Stage laughed. Yes, she does, but you didn't. Better hurry if you want to get there before the judging starts. A few minutes later, the girls were hurrying down Twisty Lane towards the street. It was a beautiful day, star-like soared in the cornflower, blue sky, and wildflowers like tiny jewels dotted the hedgerows as they drew near to the thatched cottage. With a pretty garden full of roses and honeysuckle, a sharp gust of wind blew a shower of petals onto the pavement. So I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to thumbs up section down below, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. And I hope you enjoyed this week's video.